Who's handling the disappointing season the worst?
Oh, man.
LeBron James or Kyrie Irving?
Just based off of expectations and seeing a team almost fully realize who they are and what they were, which is the Boston Celtics, I have to point at Kyrie Irving. This was a team that pushed LeBron last year with the Cavs to 7 games. This was a team this year when Kyrie Irving is not in the lineup actually wins more games than they don't. And I think it's all centered around Kyrie Irving in terms of what is your real impact and what is your real effect on this team and the greater good. You think about it, he's an amazing player, but at the same time, it's not materializing to added success for this team. So LeBron is having his own struggles, but when LeBron's not in the lineup, the Lakers don't win. When Kyrie's out of the lineup, the Celtics do win. Got to point at Kyrie.
Who's handling it worse?
I got to point at Kyrie myself. I covered Kyrie in Cleveland when he was going through that, going through his things with LeBron, and he would give us those short answers, responses. It was simple questions, and he would snap. You can tell he just wasn't in a good mood, didn't like where he was at with the organization. I'll tell you right now, boy, it don't look good for the Celtics as far as keeping that guy long term. I'm just saying, like, people I used to tell people, like, Kyrie was always the toughest player for me to cover. Like, I've always had good relationships with, a lot of players throughout the league. Kyrie was always the one that was just the most difficult. And I think everybody else is starting to see that. And, look, it's going to take, I'll just say this. I don't want to venture off topic, but it's going to take for the Boston Celtics to really go deep if they're going to really retain him, because you can tell something is just not right with him in the organization. It has to get amended before the offseason.
And worse is a tricky phrase, because we've seen this kind of with LeBron before, whether that was in Cleveland or Miami. He said some things about teammates, demands, what he expected of everybody. So we've kind of seen this before, even when they were winning. They may have gone through a slump or some things like that. And the reason why I say it's Kyrie a little bit more, one, to your point about expectations.
Yeah.
I think Kyrie thought coming in, being a leader, having won a championship, been there before, that now the rest would follow. And by him leading the way he does, that those young guys would come right behind. But it's a difference when you have a young team compared to older guys that understand it. These young guys came in with high expectations. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Come on, Rozier, what we did last year, we want to catapult our careers.
Exactly.
And the lack of communication on how Kyrie communicated with that team divided them a lot more. And sometimes what he did on the court divided them. And not knowing how to handle leadership and be a leader, you can't be taught it. Sometimes you have to kind of have a sense and feel for it. He hasn't handled that part well. So a lot of it comes back to the young guys, but also some of the things he hasn't done well that have affected, this Boston season.
I'm going to go with LeBron just because when it comes to expectations, one guy is king and the ruler of the NBA. His team is in jeopardy of not making the playoffs. He has been calling out teammates. And bottom line, Jim said it earlier, in football we said the eye in the sky don't lie. LeBron's on tape giving no effort. I don't see the tape. Now, Kyrie may do a lot of silly things, but I don't see the tape of him giving no effort. That, to me, makes it bend towards LeBron has handled it worse.
Yeah, it's interesting with Kyrie. He suffers no fools. And when you're around someone like that, be careful, because a lot of times they won't even let you know what they're thinking, but they will show you in response. Right. Because he doesn't even want to engage with you. Like, he just cuts it off. He's like, I'm not wasting my words on you. Not giving these pearls to swine. You know what I mean? And he's just going to move on.
You peasants.
You peasants. And it's amazing. I think Kyrie did walk into a situation. He said, y'all went to Game 7 without me? Oh, watch this. And it's when you're a young player trying to get it, winning is not all that matters. It's also, can I be a part of this winning recipe so I can get mine? Kyrie, you got yours. Can I get mine? So Kyrie went from Cleveland to Boston to get his as the alpha of a team. And he forgot that he went to a team that they're all alphas saying, we want to get ours too. And you can see right now that they're just butting heads. And I think, like you said, Chris, Kyrie at the end of the season?
But wasn't that the same thing he wanted? Kyrie wanted to kind of get out of the shadow of LeBron and say, he said, I want to go back and play point guard. I want to run a team. Well, to your point, Chris, you probably speak to this too. Those young guys said, listen, we want to grow and show that we can.
We want to run a team.
You don't think Rozier, after the display he put on last year, those minutes got decreased?
Yes.
That they don't sit in the locker room and talk about some things?
He want to start for sure. That was such a sweet take. It almost what you just said. It always reminds. Matter of fact, I've been having a sweet tooth ever since I stepped on this play. I've been having to move for some California raisins ever since I seen this. You just
What's coming at you, man?
I'm going to bring out my own sports station joke. I'm going to have to bring out the joke. Let me bring the joke.
I digress. Move on. You're right, JJ. Go ahead.
I'm going to throw the ball back in your lap.
Oh, man.
Does Boston want Kyrie next year?
Oh, that's good.
I think what they gave up to get him, I think they have to salvage that. You know, give it up Isaiah. You got to salvage that. Just from the perspective of not feeling like you were wrong, just the public perception of being wrong. The Celtics, you think about the Celtics. Brad Stevens is thought of as in high regard. The front office is always thought of in high regard. I don't think they want that on their resume to give up a talent like that. He is a talent, as much as he's not working. But, hey, let's put some blame on Brad Stevens.
I'm about to say, thank you.
Let's put some blame
what
on him.
What happened to the genius?
Yeah, let's put some blame on him. Now, look. Last year it was basically a college system with all these guys with no egos, no stars. Now you got to incorporate Kyrie, who's a superstar and has an ego. You incorporate Gordon Hayward, who's an all-star and has an ego. You got to manage egos in this league. He hasn't done that.
You know what? Sometimes the fruit from a poisonous tree is poison. And so I'll defend Brad Stevens a little bit here because I haven't watched nearly enough of the Celtics to know if this is truly, truly what I believe. But I just think Kyrie coming off that LeBron James tree where LeBron is basically coaching the team or helping coach, co-coaching the team, that Kyrie comes to Boston and he wants to do the same thing as LeBron. Instead, where Brad Stevens had a team where everybody looked at him and he was the only voice. Yeah. Kyrie's a little extra voice. He's fruit off the LeBron tree, and he's not 6'9", 290 pounds or 260 pounds, and a once-in-a-generation talent like LeBron. He can't do it.
Fruit.